This is the trade setup that in my opinion will send Bitcoin back towards brand new all-time highs, and in today's video I will share this setup and also a beautiful trade setup for Ethereum with you guys. So as I said, this reclaim over here on Bitcoin on Monday's video was super bullish, and I've had my trigger to start looking for longs because besides the fact that we have a very clean range over here on the daily time frame in which we have a first smaller deviation of the range low that is being followed up by a second bigger deviation of the range low, in which I call that the double range low deviation play, we can see that right now on the daily time frame we also have a confirmed shift in structure because we had this local downtrend over here on the daily time frame, right? In which this high over here brought us to this lower low compared to this low that brought us to that high, making it a significant high to break on the daily. And what we can see right now is that last daily candle over here, the last one, opened and closed above the significant high that brought it to this lower low, which means that we have a confirmed shift in structure. That means that I have my trade to start looking for swing longs with as a target a brand new all-time high for Bitcoin, or at minimum the range high liquidity pool. Which means that right now I've had my trigger according to my trading system. Now I have to start looking at a potential execution of this trade. And what we can see over here when we analyze this local structure, we know one thing, and we always want to enter where other people are getting stopped out, that we always want to play the best potential setup out there, right? Now there's the case that Bitcoin starts squeezing higher over here without filling us, and that's not an issue at all, because like I said, we always only want to play the highest probability setups out there and not every single potential setup out there, right? Because when I look at a chart, if I want to, I can see 1,000 different setups. But I have to stick to my system, I have to stick to the highest probability, and in my opinion, currently the highest probability on Bitcoin is when we look at the chart over here and we go back to the local price action over here, is that I can see that we have plenty of liquidity resting over here beneath these relatively equal lows. And it's not just the fact that these are equal lows that we have plenty of liquidity resting over here, it's the fact that we have this fake break of structure over here. There was engineering liquidity over here. Now, why is this a fake break of structure and why is it engineering liquidity? I will keep on explaining that every single video, because the high that we break through over here is not a significant high. Why is it not a significant high? Because this high did not bring us to a lower low compared to this low that brought us to that high. So it's not a significant high to break. Over here, once again, the exact same thing. Push up, fake break of structure. Why is this a fake break of structure? Because once more, the high that we break through over here did not bring us to a lower low compared to this low that brought us to that high. So once more, not a significant high to break, and once more, engineering liquidity beneath indeed this low. So there's plenty of liquidity resting there. So I know that I'm only willing to play a potential long once we take out these two lows over here. Now, when we start looking at a potential invalidation for the trade, we can see that we have some very interesting price action over here that was being formed before we started reclaiming that range low, and that confirmed the deviation over here beneath that range low area. Because when we zoom in, what we can see that over here we are actually looking at a very bullish structure, because we form a higher high, right? We sweep that high, we swing fill this high. After swing failing that high, we form a lower low. We take the liquidity that was being formed beneath this low because of this fake break of structure, right? Exactly what I'm discussing right now over here as well. And after taking that liquidity, we get a push up and we break through this high, giving us a very valid break of structure. Now, why is this structure break valid in this case? Because this high over here did indeed bring us to a lower low over here compared to this low that brought us to that high, making it a significant high and not an insignificant high to break. Which means that the low that started that impulse, that gave us the break of structure over here, is a clean invalidation for our bullish thesis. Which means that on a 4-hourly time frame over here, I know that I'm interested in longs once we take out these equal lows upon a quick flush, and I'm targeting brand new all-time highs with my invalidation over here. Now, I always use a second entry as well, but that is obviously only VIP information. But let's say you start looking for a long over here with your invalidation over here and then targeting a brand new all-time high for Bitcoin, then we are looking at a very clean swing setup of exactly 2 RR. And now what I really like about this POY is that alongside the liquidity confluence that we have, when I switch on the important 100 and 200 EMA on a 4-hourly time frame, look how clean these EMAs are exactly aligning with our POY. On the 2 hourly time frame, the exact same thing is going on, and on the daily time frame, the 100 and 200 EMA are also very clean, aligning with our first POI, and the 200 EMA is making up for a nice support area to cover our stop loss, making this, in my opinion, a high probability swing trade for Bitcoin, with as a first target a brand new all-time high, and eventually we will target new higher highs once Bitcoin goes into price discovery. Now for Ethereum, I have a similar setup, right? Because also on Ethereum, we are still very much range bound. I know that I've taught you guys on Monday's video why this liquidity sweep over here was so important and so valid, and why this liquidity sweep over here was so important and valid as well, and why it was so nice that we actually did not sweep this low over here. Where many people were waiting for a sweep of this low, I explained to you guys in Monday's YouTube video why this was such a nice play to front run the low over here. If you guys haven't checked out Monday's YouTube video, definitely make sure to do that after watching this video over here. Now what we can see over here, after sweeping the major liquidity around the range low, Ethereum is now trading around the mid-range and is close to taking out very important buy side liquidity over here, right? We actually we didn't sweep into it yet, but once more, the main draw liquidity is around that range high, and I would say that this high over here, or maybe a new yearly high over here, are like our main targets for Ethereum, because we know after holding the range low and sweeping liquidity around the range low, technically speaking, if you have an unmitigated liquidity pool around the range high, we should move towards that objective. Once again, start looking at a potential execution for that trade. Once more, over here, we start forming very interesting structure on Ethereum. This local bullish liquidity sweep after this fake break of structure over here was very interesting, especially since it was being followed up over here by a valid break of structure, and that is exactly what we want to see. Now more locally, we can see that we are engineering liquidity beneath this low over here, and that we are engineering liquidity beneath this low over here. Why? Fake break of structure, I've explained at the beginning of the video, and another fake break of structure over here. This low started this impulse, this low started this impulse, making up for a very nice liquidity pool beneath these two lows. And we know that we always want to enter where other people are getting stopped out. So we have a nice POI, we have a nice invalidation, and we have some nice targets for Ethereum. Also for Ethereum, very nice alignment if we switch on the EMAs on the 4 hourly time frame of the 100 and 200 EMA. On the 2 hourly time frame, super nice alignment of the 100 and 200 EMA, and on a 1 hourly time frame, very nice alignment of the 100 and 200 EMA. And we should never ever forget about the super clean alignment of the 100 and 200 EMA on a daily time frame. It doesn't get a lot cleaner according to my trading system than this, right? I'm not going to show you guys the exact setup for Ethereum. Over here, I've given you guys enough information. I'm here to teach you guys. I'm not here to spoon feed you guys. Now, with this information that I've been providing you with, I want you guys to start looking for a setup yourself. Since these are high probability setups according to my system, does it mean that they cannot hit stop loss? Obviously, they can hit stop loss, right? And risk management is key. We always want to stick to our risk management, no matter how clean the setup can be. Right, and that's exactly what you want to do over here as well. But according to my trading system, these are two very clean setups on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's see if they can get filled, and let's see if the price can push towards brand new all-time highs for both Bitcoin and Ethereum after. Guys, PrimeXBT now also offers a lot of crypto futures trading pairs, so definitely go and make sure to check them out. The link can be found in the description. If you sign up through a link, you also get a 7% beautiful deposit bonus.